Hello all, Project Wargaming, back with an update on the Berlin board. So been printing off more models and settling in kind of on a scale here. So just want to show you what I have got going on. So these are the scale of ruins that I'm going to go with. The facades are from WoW Buildings, which I talked about in an earlier video. But you can see that I have kind of played around with the scale a bit. This is just way too small. This is a lot closer. Seems to be pretty fitting. So what I did was I took the facade from WoW Building, took it into Tinkercad, and then added walls and some floors and stuff like this. This you can see how it actually prints because the different layers are actually pulling apart, but you know, it works out okay for what I'm doing. They're supposed to be ruins, and so I can go in and kind of clip these and you know, break them and get some harsher lines that'll, I think, really look good. The other thing that I've really been thinking about hard is how am I going to put these on there, because I don't want to keep these attached to the board because it's just going to be too tall for storage and various things. So what I have decided to do is, I think I settled on this little situation. So I'll put the models on that, and then I have some styrene sheet, but then I have magnet on the bottom and then magnet on the board, and so I just put that on there. And this also allows me to stretch out the rubble onto the road itself, and then makes it really easy for me to attach the buildings and unattach them and do all sorts of stuff. I can even go in with Tinkercad and kind of make some corner buildings that'll make it look right. So I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this. So one of the things that I struggled with on a D-Day board was how to attach the buildings, and all I did was just use like the really strong super magnet things. And that worked okay, but it was really tricky kind of getting it perfect. And this, I think, one, it'll keep it flat, because if I store it in my typical storage areas, which has another thing down on the bottom, then it's easy for these to be stored. You know, they're going to be light enough that they're not going to go anywhere. Even when I add rubble and stuff to this, it'll be fine. I'll have to maybe make some smaller pieces because I have some bigger areas here, like maybe even this strip here. So I'll have to kind of divide some of this up. But for the most part, most of these pieces will be filled with just one or two little things. So it'll be fine. And then the advantage to this as well is I do want to take this and do a little bit of sci-fi gaming with it, at Gen Con especially. So what I can do then is, you know, take this exact shape and size and make another one with sci-fi buildings on it, and I can easily trade them in at mount. So that is the plan with what I'm doing there. So all I did was just take tracing paper and put it over top, cut it just a little bit smaller than the area, and then easy to transfer. So happy with how that is going to go. It'll be a little costly, but it's not going to be any more costly than buying the big old magnets and things like that. A couple other items that's happy with how they have turned out is, you can see the victory column over here. I printed off an angel that I got from Thingiverse and put it on top. That is just about perfect scale. The base, I just can't get this base to print right. I've only had like one successful print. It keeps wanting to pull away, so I'm trying a different model with it. But very happy with how this turned out, and now that I got it kind of fine-tuned, I'll put it on Thingiverse for folks to download if they want. And then I've cut out the river basins and then lined them with styrene here that has the brick on it. Let's see if I can get this focused. Too far away, too far away. Maybe. There we go. So you can see the brick texture on the inside. This will get filled up about halfway with resin. And then in a couple days, I'm going to get the side boards put on here so that I can fill it in without any troubles. The other areas I just went in and carved out with a hot knife and just did just a small little carving because it's not going to be nearly as deep as the other ones. So you can kind of see how it is. I've also started to go in and put the bridges, and I'll try to pan over here slowly so you don't get dizzy. And then this area, of course, is coming together really nicely. A roadway, sunken roadway along the edge here, and bridges are going in. You can see carved out some of the watermarks there. Put in the Mulkey Bridge and its stairwells, and then this little section here where this road actually comes up and into the city itself. So yeah, pretty happy with how it's coming, and just keep working on it when I got a little bit of free time. So that's it. We'll talk to you later.